Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? You're fine? That's good. I welcome you in my class, that is English for grade 2. We are going to start unit 7. Its title is Happy Independence Day. My dear fellow teachers, this lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation, worksheet links are given. You may click it, download it, follow it as it is or modified for your convenience. I'm going to deliver my lecture according to this lesson plan. Yes, my dear students, today under the title of grammar, we are going to learn about naming words. Before this, in English for grade 1, I have already taught you naming words. I hope you remember. If not, you may watch this video lecture again. And today we are going to learn further to classify naming words into different categories such as persons, pet animals, places, or things. This is our today's SLO. Let's start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah mentions in Quran, Surah Naml, verse 30, in the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Yes, my dear students, what this beautiful verse tells us? This is the beautiful verse which we recite whenever we start our work. We say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. You say, in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So beta, whatever work we do, we should start it with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. So it adds barakah to our work, and Allah is the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we are going to learn more names. Before starting that, you tell me, what do you understand by these words? Cat, Islamabad, Qaid-e-Azam. What do you understand? And what are naming words? Pause the video, answer these questions to your teacher, and then come back. Yes, my dear students, I hope you have answered that these words, whenever we want to talk about a person or a place or a thing, we use words which are basically their names, and those names are known as naming words. So we say everything around us has a name. Everything, bit of whatever we can see, we can hold, we can touch, or even we can feel only, that has a name, and that is called naming word, right? So we divide naming words into different categories. For example, person, it can be name of a person, naming word for a person. It can be naming word for a place, and it can be naming word for a thing. And further, I have taught you that we divide this thing category into two parts. One is living and one is non-living, right? So animals, plants, and charitable living things, animals, plants, birds, etc. We know these all are living things, and non-living things, table, chair, book, etc. Everything comes in thing category. So person, place, and thing. These are categories for naming words. All right. So words which are used as names of persons, pet animals, places, or things. These are the categories for naming words, right? Now look at this. How we name person. It's a picture of a man. So man is a naming word for a person, and it's a picture of Qaid-e-Azam. So Qaid-e-Azam is also a naming word for a person. Good. Now see, this is doll. It's my toy. So it's a naming word for a thing. And this is Mano. She is my pet cat. So it's a naming word for thing. Both are things. Both are from thing categories. One is my toy, non-living thing. One is my pet Mano. It's a living thing, and both have their names, right? Okay, so it's a place. Hotel is a naming word for a place. It's a city, Karachi. It's a naming word for a place. So this is how we name person, place and things, and we categorize them, and we have names for our pet animals, right? Are you clear with the concept? How do we find out it's a naming word for a place, it's a naming word for a person, it's a naming word for a thing, or it's a naming word for a pet animal? Do you understand the concept? Good job. So it's table, it's book. So these are naming word for things which are non-living things, right? Okay, so we are going to practice this concept through an activity. Are you ready for that? All right. So what you will do, your teacher will divide the class into 4 groups, okay? And will give each group a category of naming words, and will ask them to discuss within group and write as many examples as they can. Means teacher will give a category to one group, it will be persons, to second group it will be places, to third group it will be animals or pet animals, and to fourth group it will be things, right? This is how we'll divide 4 groups, 4 categories, and each group will start writing the name of the category which teacher will assign them. So the group with the maximum number of examples will win. So let's see who writes maximum names. Pause the video, enjoy this activity, and then come back. Yes, my dear students, are you done with it? Good job. I know you have written many names. So all of you are winner for me. All right. Okay. So let's practice this concept from your book. Here, what you have to do, identify the naming words. Draw 3 columns. First of all, in your notebook, you will draw 3 columns, one for person, second for place, and third for things in your notebook, and write the naming words in their relevant column. Okay, write them in the relevant column. Here are the names, naming words. You will draw 3 columns and you will categorize them in the relevant category. Do you understand? Okay, pause the video, complete this work in your notebook, and then come back. Yes, my dear children, are you done with it? Good job. So it's time for your homework. You will write 10 naming words for all 4 categories. And here is a worksheet, my dear fellow teachers. This worksheet, lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation links are given. You may click it, download it, and kindly provide a printed worksheet to students for practice. And my dear students, what you will do, here is a word bank which has all categories naming word, person, places, animals, and things. You will read the naming word and you will write it in the relevant column. This is how you will complete this worksheet. And what we have learned today, we learned to classify naming words into different categories such as person, pet animals, places, or things. So in this way, we achieved our SLO to classify naming words into different categories such as persons, pet animals, places, or things. Are we done with it? Yes. So that's it for today. Tomorrow I'll come again with a very interesting lesson. Till that time, keep learning, keep practicing, and take very good care of yourself. Thank you, and Allah Hafiz.